Hi, my name is Rachel Hawkins, and I am co-owner of Hawkins Homestead Farm. We're located in Kinsey, Alabama, and we specialize in pasture-raised poultry and organic vegetables.
So what led you to try organics?
We've lived in several states before moving to Alabama, and our family was always really big supporters of local farms and organic ones. When we moved here, we were surprised to find that there were many farms, but not very many, or really not any, that were farming vegetables organically. So naturally, that's just something that we migrated to.
So tell me about your experiences with organic farming.
Well, one thing that led us to organic farming is when we moved here, we found ourselves traveling back and forth out of state to be able to find food that we were accustomed to eating. So we did a lot of research, and my husband Brandon and I, we talked about it amongst ourselves, and we decided to plant our first garden. And we did it in a little 10 by 10 space in our backyard, and that eventually evolved into selling vegetables and even eggs to friends and family, and that's how we became Hawkins Homestead Farm.
Are you organically certified?
Not yet. We do have plans to become organic certified, but what I can tell you is that we are certified naturally grown, and that is a program that really solidifies our commitment to growing food that's clean and natural. And we're only one of two farmers in our region, eastern Alabama, that have achieved this certification, but many more people can become certified naturally grown by checking it out for themselves at cngfarming.org. Our experience with organic regulations is that you have to keep very detailed records. And what this does is it's like a farm journal that you keep every day to show, what's going on your farm. The biggest pro for us is having clean food. We know what we're feeding our family, we know what we're feeding the community, and there's nothing that's genetically modified. There's no synthetics, there's no fungicides. Everything is from true seeds. And this even crosses over into our animals because we make sure that they get fresh garden goodies and clean feed as well.
What are your thoughts on sustainable growing practices?
We definitely support sustainable growing practices. Actually, we pride ourselves on being sustainable ourselves. We keep a record of crop rotations from year to year. So important because you don't want the pest to build up and just be waiting for that same crop to come back next year. We also use methods like cover cropping, which enhances the soil. Each year you can make sure that you're not losing soil by using cover cropping, as well as using organic animal fertilizer for compost and low or no-till in our permanent beds. And then we also have been saving seeds, where now we have our own true seeds, Hawkins Homestead Farm seeds, that we plant every year. It takes so much time and effort to find ways to work within nature. With organic farming, pests are huge. You have to do your daily walkthroughs, you have to check your plants, you have to make sure that you pay an extreme amount of detail to pest management. There is no spray it and forget it. You can't just spray it and walk away. So that would be a big con for us, is dealing with the pests.
Where do you see your farm going in the future?
Expansion is the name of the game for us. We are excited about being more accessible to the community, and we hope to be able to raise more animals, so even beef, lamb, pork. One goal that our family has is to eat solely from our farm or to support other farmers who are also farming organically, so expansion. So another con to organic farming is weeds. Because we don't use any type of herbicides or anything to kill the weeds, we have to come in here and either hand pull, so it requires muscle, or we may use tools like a stir-up hoe or just a regular garden hoe. But pests and weeds would be our two biggest cons in organic farming. This year, one of the biggest pests we've experienced has been squash bugs, and we found that they don't just like squash. They could be on our okra plants here, or they could be on our pepper plants here, and then they could even be on our tomato plants. So what we've been doing and what we will continue to do is just checking. Now, remember I said how much time and detail it takes to go through these plants, and this is something that we do every single day. We come out, we do a walkthrough, we try to find whatever pests are here, and it just takes a lot to try to eradicate the problem. One of the biggest nuisances that we've had this year by way of pests has been squash bugs. They do not limit themselves to just squash. They will attack cucumbers. We've seen them on our tomatoes, just about everywhere on the farm. So what we've done here in this little 4x4 box is we've interplanted things like basil and peppermint to try to ward them off. One of the things that we talked about in the video was sustainability. Here you see some fennel seeds. We harvested these from our fennel plants this year, and they're used to regrow fennel again in the fall. You also see our garlic, which will be replanted, as well as some okra that we harvested, peppers, and some sweet potatoes that we grew from our own slips.
Good morning. Super early in the morning, but this is the time that I really like to be out. I was hoping that I could figure out what is decimating what usually is these beautiful red mustard greens. Pretty sure I have an idea what it is, but I was hoping that I could see them this morning. This is our family box, and we use these mustard greens for lots of different things. They're good cooked like regular mustard. They are excellent in eggs. I think it's flea beetles that are attacking these plants, and so what I'm doing is just trying to see if I can disturb the soil, because it is flea beetles. They live down in the soil, and so I was trying to get one to come up so that I can show you guys what they look like. No success yet. I'll keep trying. Okay, so to give you guys a closer look, you can see that the sweet potato leaves have been under attack. We've had armyworms really bad this year, and so I've been trying to stay on top of them, but can't get all of them. So the armyworms have been attacking. I'm trying to see if I can get any pictures or video of them under here, but it doesn't look like it this morning. But we're gonna go ahead and start pulling. Well, it's just me this morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so since when you're getting a turnip, you're gonna take the whole thing out of the ground, you don't just want the greens, I just grab at the bottom where the turnip root is and just pull. That's what works for me. And anytime you have any leaves that you're really not going to eat, I'll pull these and we'll throw them to the chickens, or in the compost today they'll go to the chickens. And so I'm going to pull this one next because it looks pretty good. So let me go ahead and grab that one. Grab it at the bottom right next to the turnip root. Pull, just shake the excess dirt off. Drop the turnip in the basket. And then I've got this one that's looking pretty good. You can see I've got some carrots growing in between there as well, so I'm trying to be careful not to mess up those carrots, but these turnips are coming with me. So that's 3. Let me check this one. Oh, yep, looks like this one is ready too. So all you have to do really is just pull the dirt from around it so that you can look and see if it's the size that you want it to be. And this one is a pretty good size. It's got some excellent greens on it. So go ahead and grab it, pull it, and drop it in the basket. There may be like 2 more that I'm gonna get, so we'll see.
Do you want to make improvements on your land that are good for your operation and the environment? USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service can help. NRCS provides technical assistance to all producers and financial assistance to qualified applicants who are interested in installing conservation practices on their fields, pastures, or forests. This can include using water wisely, preventing soil erosion, installing cross fences, planting trees, or many other conservation practices.
We work with farmers, ranchers, forest landowners, and tribes. So come by, we'll discuss the goals you have for your property and determine what conservation practices would be a good fit.
We'll help you develop a conservation plan, a roadmap for how conservation can work for you on your land. The conservation plan includes a map of the property and a set of conservation practices that we recommend for it. We'll even help you apply the practices. If you're interested in financial assistance, NRCS may be able to help you there as well. NRCS will take a look at program applications and rank them according to local resource concerns, the amount of conservation benefits the improvements will provide, and the needs of applicants. Before you visit with us, you'll want to have a few things ready: an official tax ID, a property deed or lease agreement, and a farm tract number. Don't worry if you don't have one yet. It's easy to get from USDA's Farm Service Agency. Usually, they're located in the office right next door.
All right, so let's get started. Stop by your local USDA Service Center today.